Hey guys! Okay, so it's morning in Australia, yay! And the birds are pretty dang loud out here, so I hope you can hear me okay. I'm sorry I look terrible. This is really the only time that I could think of that I can just kind of sit and tell you about our experience so far, and I really wanted to have an actual video where I can talk to you and not just have a few random clips and a few random pictures of what we've been doing, so I'll try not to take too insanely long. Alright, so Annie and I getting here was quite an ordeal, but thank God we made it. All the prayers, I'm sure, are really what brought us through. There's a car. This is gonna be really awkward, sorry. Oh well. Oh, it's a neighbor, that's even worse. Oh well. So, landing in the airport, there was always a lot of confusion as to where we needed to be. And we usually only got to our gate, like, barely by the time that we needed to be there. It seemed like, even though one of our layovers was 4 hours, we still just made it barely in time, so that's how crazy everything was. And there was one point where we thought Annie's bag would not even get through, because we found my bag in the luggage claim, but hers was nowhere to be found. And after a lot of back and forth searching, kind of trying not to freak out, we found out that her bag had actually been sent through to Adelaide and mine hadn't, which, it's good for her, but it was pretty freaky not knowing where it was. But now, once we got to Adelaide, everything was fine. We got here on time and our bags were fine, and meeting my sister was crazy. I thought that we would have to get my bag out of luggage and then we would find my sister. So leaving the plane, I had no expectation of seeing my sister in the near future. Oh, and we live near a train too. She lives near a train. So, when we got to the airport, when we finally landed, I started crying because I was just so relieved to be there and so excited that my sister was in this building. You know, I've never had any idea what it was like to be in the same building as my sister at the same time. So, I just started crying, and I also didn't expect to see her for a while, so I didn't think it'd be a problem. And Annie and I went up the little, I don't know what you call it, but when you get off a plane and then you're inside the building and you're going up, up the ramp, and then you turn the corner and go up the ramp again to go to, the main area where you walk and find your luggage and whatnot. We were going up that, and I just started sniffling. And then we get to the main area, and we get on the moving sidewalk towards where we're supposed to go to get our luggage, and, right near the end of the sidewalk, I hear Annie kind of make this noise like, hey, I didn't know what she was doing, and I'm, meanwhile just sniffling away, and I look up and I see this girl, giving this face like, hello, don't you see me? And then it dawned on me it was actually my sister. So she was, at the end of the moving sidewalk, basically, waiting for us, and apparently she'd been waving and trying to get our attention, but I had no idea. I was too busy being an emotional wreck. So, yeah, but no, I gave her a really big hug, 2 really big hugs, and I gave her husband a hug, and they took us to their house, and from that moment on, it's just been amazing, absolutely amazing, and I have no doubt that it's just thanks to, God's mercy, but also all the prayers. This trip has been a huge blessing for Annie and I. We've had so much fun, if you can't tell from the pictures. We've been to some beautiful beaches, which I did not even realize there were so many. They're very easy to access here. Just incredible food. Ari is a good cook, but Sai is also an incredible cook. He's done more of the cooking, and it's just been amazing. They're vegetarian, but they've included a good bit of fish in their dishes, and it's just been delicious, and they've spoiled us when we go out to eat. They're not mean at all about us not being vegetarian, so I've actually had meat when we've gone out to eat sometimes, which I feel really bad about, but there's been times where the menu options seem limited and the vegetarian ones have something in it that I'm afraid I really won't like feta cheese. It's just so I don't want to be mean, but they've been totally fine with us having meat sometimes, but the vegetarian things have been amazing. Yesterday we went to a restaurant called Vejo and Lovin' It, which I swear would be absolutely perfect in Ann Arbor. Like, they would have so much business in Ann Arbor. It's a vegetarian restaurant, and they give you these massive meatless burgers with well, there's wraps and burgers and soups, but we got these meatless burgers that you can choose a variety of different styles of burgers, and there's just incredible, delicious, fresh toppings, and they're huge, and the buns are huge, and it was just absolutely delicious. Oh my goodness, I wish we could transport it to Ann Arbor. Yeah, but no, so we've been to beaches. Our third day here, I think. We went hiking. I can't remember the name of the beach. Blowhole Beach was where we were at. And it was just, it's in the pictures. It's absolutely beautiful. The water was so blue. The hiking was harrowing. I will not lie. There was a few times where I thought we were going to die because it had just rained, and a lot of what we were doing was like downhill on very narrow little muddy slope stretch thing, like muddy stretches, whatever you want to call it. And since it had rained, like the mud was slippery, and sometimes, you know, we might have just kind of slid off the path, but sometimes there was like a drop on the other side, and it's like if you slide off this path, you're gonna either die or break something. So that was really scary. And so actually, when we went back, they decided to take the road back, which was safer, but uphill the whole way, practically. And we were like panting the entire time. There's another biker. Sorry, dude. So that was very, 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 very hard, but it was good exercise. It was really good exercise. So yeah, we did that. I think our first day here, we visited a really cool old house where the house itself is not insanely old, but the owners imported all kinds of really old artifacts and old wood, like old staircase wood somehow from like hundreds of years ago from other places, and just like incorporated it into their house. So their house is it's a museum now. Their house has become a museum. And so that was beautiful. We didn't get to spend as much time there as we wanted because we had lunch plans. I'm trying to think of the other cool things. We went to Rundle Mall yesterday, which I absolutely loved. I would not expect to be someone that would, like, you know, love to go to the mall, but it's an outdoor mall because they could actually do outdoor malls here without dying in winter. And apparently it's not really that huge, but it seemed pretty big to me, and I just loved, you know, the traffic, the people traffic, and a lot of times you'll see high schoolers in uniforms, because here it's less common to go to a high school that doesn't require a uniform. It's more common to have uniforms in high school. There's a person. Hi, person. So I saw a lot of high schoolers in uniforms, which was interesting. And sometimes I felt like we were back in Korea because there was a lot of Asians. Yeah, so, and there weren't like any here. That was the weird thing, because someone had said, oh, there's so many Asians in Australia. And like, we went to the grocery store here, and we went on the train here, and it's like, I don't see any. What are you talking about? But then when you get to the city and University of Adelaide, which is in the middle of the city, that's where all the Asians are. So if you need to know that, that's where they are. Yeah, so no, it's just been really, really fun. They've spoiled us so much, so spoiled here. They always get us little things, give us, like, let us use their phone card. Like, we didn't even ask to use Ari's phone card, and she just gave it to us so we could call our moms. Just always giving us little treats, little gifts, feeding us wonderful things. I could not ask for a more incredible experience, and it's not even over yet. So it's just been really, really amazing. Oh, we've seen kangaroos. We haven't seen koalas yet. We really want to see koalas. But birds here, like, we're used to sparrows, and you can hear the birds. Like in America, we're used to like sparrows and doves and pigeons. Here they have like cockatoos and parrots flying around. I know, it's not fair. And they have other birds too. But yeah, so it's just, we have seen wild parrots and cockatoos, and it's not fair. So yeah, Alright, well, I'm gonna stop talking because people probably think I'm crazy. But I just wanted to give you this update. I'm sorry, it's about 10 minutes long. Ha! Sorry. But I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you later. Bye.